Does it really matter if someone else is playing the same game you're enjoying currently? That's today's biggest question. I'm Crispy, and welcome to Crispy Xbox Gaming. Let's get into it. There's been a lot of discourse ever since Microsoft and Xbox have decided to put over games onto PlayStation. Now, it started with the 4, we all know that, but it's gone well beyond that at this point, with even games like The Outer Worlds 2 now coming out and being cross-platform. Personally, to me, I don't care. But that's not today's question. Today's question is, do you care? Let's start with that question because I truly want to know if this bothers you or not. Tell me down in the comments. I want to have a logical and reasonable discussion. No name calling, nothing like that. Let's keep it civil. But I really want to have a discussion about this and if it really bothers or affects any of you out there. Now, my personal opinion, as long as they keep putting out games, I don't care where they land, as long as I get to play them. That's what matters to me. Alright, now let's take emotions out of this. And let's talk about one of the most popular games today. And no, I'm not talking about Fortnite. I'm talking about Minecraft. This is a game that you gotta buy, but it is literally everywhere. You could play it on computer, you could play it on Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, your phone, your tablet, and it is huge. And they make microtransactions out the wazoo from this game. These are the type of things that are gonna make these companies more money, and they're gonna wanna keep pushing stuff like this. And by pushing everywhere, it increases sales. They're gonna get a kickback from the PlayStation Store, from Steam, from wherever it may be. Now, do I like or play Minecraft? No. But my kids love the game. They've played countless hours, along with many other kids around the world, and adults love this game as well. It's to the point they made a movie about it that went viral. Now, yes, this game is just one outlier. But let's talk about Sega, for example. For the longest time, Sega really wasn't on Xbox too much. They would put their games on a lot on Sony, on PlayStation, some on Nintendo, and like you'd get the Sonic games and stuff on Xbox, but things like Yakuza or the Like a Dragon series now and Persona were exclusive to Sony and PlayStation. Once they ported those over to Xbox, the popularity skyrocketed. And the financial factors of these games have made Sega one of the best developers today. They have had a full-on resurgence. For the longest time, this company was stagnant. It's like they lost their heart after they lost their console war. Next, let's look at Square Enix. For a long time there, they were mostly putting on PlayStation and then some games onto Nintendo. Now they're starting to roll everything over into everywhere. They've seen that they can't make these big title games or anything just staying on one platform. It costs too much money to develop these games. So they need to be everywhere. And look at Final Fantasy Tactics as a perfect example. That game has made them quite a bit of money in a very short amount of time. Lastly, let's talk about the breakout hit that is Arc Raiders. This was an unknown, brand new IP. And it has come out like gangbusters. The hype got me. I freaking purchased it. I'm gonna play it later today for the first time. I plan on doing a review on it. So if you're looking forward to that, even make sure to click that subscribe button, and I will have a review out hopefully later this week or beginning of next week. But this game has been talked about everywhere now. It is essentially the new Helldivers 2, but instead of doing what Helldivers 2 did, where they just started out on one platform and it was big, well, technically two platforms because they were also on PC, and it was big. But once they came to Xbox as well, it blew up all over again to massive numbers. Arc Raiders is cutting that middleman. They went to all three of these behemoth console PCs, and they're doing great, especially at a $40 price point. Like, it's not something you can really argue all that much. Now, I'm not going to scoff at $40. It's $40. But when most other games these days, big budget titles, cost upward of $70, $40 is almost that halfway mark, and sounds pretty good. Hell, it is that halfway mark if you compare it to Mario Kart. But I digress. Point is, game development is expensive. So, while some people may not like the idea of their console exclusives going to other places, it's gonna happen sooner or later with damn near everything, because it costs too much money. There's been rumors lately, actually, that Horizon Zero Dawn is going to be coming to Xbox in 2026. At the moment, it's rumors. Nothing has been confirmed. But with leakers nowadays and how on point a lot of them are, and with the way that gaming is going, I don't doubt it. It's an older game. Sony's gonna start by piecemealing some of their older titles. I wouldn't be surprised if they eventually do a God of War trilogy and put it everywhere. It's an old title. Why not make more money from it? That old way of my console has better exclusives than your console, it's dying. Now, at the beginning of this video, I asked you to write down in the comments how you felt about your favorite console exclusives going to other platforms. Listening to me talk about the business side of things, I'm curious to know, does it change your opinion at all if you're against your exclusives going over to the other platforms? If it does or doesn't, that's your opinion, and I respect it. Just like I hope you respect my opinion. Because much like assholes, everybody has one, but if you judge others, you kinda are one. Most opinions can't be right or wrong, let's face it. But the bigger thing is, we're all gamers here. And the best thing we can do is be open-minded. Look at another person's argument and consider what their perspective is. It may be different than yours. but it may not be wrong and it may not be right. But it's always good to have an open mind when it comes to these sort of things. If you enjoyed this video, I'd like to ask you to check out this one right here. And maybe give me a subscribe if you really liked my content. If you made it this far, thank you. And until next time, peace!